p.m. and it's time to declare an official opening of the joint meeting of Toastmasters of Delhi and TCS Noida 6 Toastmaster Club. I warmly welcome you all to this joint meeting of our clubs. First of all, I would like you to give yourself a huge round of applause to organize this meeting. Now, a very good afternoon to all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, starting this meeting with the reading the aim of Toastmasters. Toastmaster International is a US headquartered non-profit educational organization that operates club worldwide for the purpose of promoting communication, public speaking, and leadership. With this, I want to hand over the stage to my fellow Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Aisha. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddhant, and welcome to this joint meeting of Toastmaster of Delhi and TCS Noida Toastmaster. Stepping out of your comfort zone, facing your fear, meeting fascinating people. Solo travel is one of the best way to learn about yourself and the world. Traveling solo does not mean that you are alone. It means that you meet marvelous people along the way, make connections that last for a life. Life is too short. Enjoy the challenge, enjoy the fear, test your confidence, travel the world, understand the world, be inspired the beauty of everywhere, make friends, and be the citizen of the world. Before boarding to the plane, the officer told me that your luggage is too heavy for the plane. You will have to remove some item, put them in your carry-on, which is going on the same plane. Confusion on my solo trip. But I'm not confused about our club mission. Let me recite our club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me recite the housekeeping rule for smooth functioning of our meeting. Please keep microphone on mute during meeting. To upload, you can unmute yourself, your microphone, or use hand gesture feature of Zoom. If possible, be on video mode to enjoy the meeting. Don't be too serious all the time. Whenever you will get time, unmute yourself and express your feeling and your thought. Please avoid any cross talk during the speeches. Please avoid any aggressive talk related to sex, religion, and politics. In case of any technical assistant, you can contact our host of the meeting. Now, I would like to hand over this stage to Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Kamni Seni.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aisha. And actually, you really set the mood of the meeting. It was so nice explaining about the meeting, and like, I have nothing else to say about to tell about the meeting, about the joint meeting. It's really nice. You did like a perfect role. So thank you. And I welcome everyone for the meeting, for our today's joint meeting we are having. And like we have so many people with us, like Rohan, Madhuri, and Miss Amelia. Like I hope we could see your beautiful face today, Amelia. But to you, get well soon. So moving ahead, I would like to give it the stage to Toastmaster, team or for the data Toastmaster Rohan. So thank you.
Imagine you are in a strange country all by yourself. Imagine that no one even knows your name or who you are, and you're just wandering about the place, feeling lost, but wondrously lost. Not very confusingly lost, but a feeling of being lost in a very self-discovery kind of way. And you're going about discovering the place, and then you decide to venture into the unknown. You decide to hitchhike from one city to another. And you get into the car thinking the smiling driver will take you to your place. But halfway through the trip, you realize that the guy does not speak any English. He's just smiling at you, waving at you, and you're just enjoying the music together, but you don't know what to say to him. But instead of the city you go to, you land in a city 6 hours away from the city you wanted to go to. But you spend the most wonderful 2 days in a very unexpected way. You must have been imagining it, but I have actually lived it in my solo trip in 2015. And those 2 days in that strange city were the most wonderful days of my entire trip that time. What does solo travel do to you? Solo travel makes you that newborn child again, where you rely on your senses, where you rely on your senses to put the pieces of the puzzle together like a newborn baby does with the new toys in front of him. Everything around you is so exciting. Everything around you is new. Everything around you is just a piece of the puzzle that you have to put together to understand this new world that you venture into. Solo travel makes you not only self-reliant, but it makes you fearless. It makes you venture into the unknown and actually enjoy the process. And your learnings do not end in just your trips. Those learnings also transfer to your professional life. It transfers to your social life, where you start taking more risks, you start taking more adventures together with the people around you. And that's what makes solo travel so special. I have been solo traveling since 2014. I went on my first solo trip. I rebelled against my parents to go to my first solo trip. I booked the tickets without even telling them. I just told them that I'm going on this day, and that has been the most adventurous journey for me. And the connections I have built over the years have been truly, truly incredible and long-lasting, more than the friends I have in the city that I live in. So with that, I welcome all of you to this wonderful trip that we are taking together with TCS Noida 6, and looking forward to such an exciting meeting with all of you. Before venturing into meeting, I'd like to explain for the benefit of our guests what the structure of the meeting is. We have 3 sections today. First is the prepared speeches section, where we have 2 prepared speeches today, and they'll be delivering speeches according to the objectives given by Toastmasters International. Second section of the meeting today is a very fun table topic section conducted by Toastmaster Madhuri, and she'll give us very exciting on-the-spot topics, and you get to be more adventurous with each topic that comes your way. Finally, we have the general evaluation section conducted by distinguished Toastmaster Amelia, who will be leading the feedback session and giving feedback to everyone who comes on stage and suggest room for improvement for all of us. With that, I'd like to begin the meeting by calling on the general evaluator for the meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Amelia, to introduce her role as general evaluator and also to introduce her auxiliary role.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Rohan, for that wonderful introduction. And I really want to applaud everyone for this joint meeting. So yes, do pat yourself for this. Now, as a general evaluator, I'll be by default the parliamentarian of this meeting. I will look into the decorum maintained over this Zoom call. I would see if people were unmute or not when they were required to. I would also observe any kind of background disturbances or any other disturbances that may have hampered the speeches of the speakers. Having said that, I am the general evaluator, where I will lead a group of evaluators, and this will be all the bread and butter of your meeting. This will be the learning piece of the meeting, where all the auxiliary role players and the speech evaluators will come together to help us understand what we can do better in life and what we can do better next. Now, let me go ahead and introduce my auxiliary role players, and they are a wonderful team of happy, smiling faces. Now, first of all, I'm meeting him for the first time online, I believe, our timer, Toastmaster Joe Rao. I would request you to go ahead and explain your role. Please take the stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. As the timer for today's session, my role is to keep track of the time taken by all the speakers and evaluators. The time limit for the prepared speech is 5 to 7 minutes, with 30 seconds grace time on both the upper and the lower ends. For the table topic session, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes, with 30 seconds grace time only on the upper end. For the evaluation section, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes, with 30 seconds grace time on both the upper and lower ends. I'll show a green card at the minimum time. Just 1 second, let me share my card so that you can see the card once. Can you see my screen? Can anybody see my screen? A thumbs up would be good.
Yes,
thank you.
Yes.
So I'll show a green card like this at the minimum time, a yellow card at the mean time, and the red card at the maximum time. And I'll keep on showing the red card until the speaker finishes his or her speech. I request all the speakers to complete their speeches within the time slot allotted to them to compete for the voting. Best of luck, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joe, and very well explained your role here. Now let me call on Toastmaster Zach. As we call him lovingly, his name is Toastmaster Ghanapriya Jacob, and he is our accountant for the day. So Toastmaster Zach, please explain your role so that people can understand how we will take care of it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia, for the introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's a great feeling to be back and good to see you all. I've been on a solo trip away from Toastmasters for a while, so I would like to come back and join the journey with you all of you instead of going for a solo trip otherwise. Coming to my role, I am the accounter for the day. Filler words and crutches cause interruptions in the speech, which further distracts the attention of the audience. As a result, they reduce the impact of the speech. My role today is to make a note of the filler words, crutches, pauses used by the speakers and role players. Filler words are like, you know, I mean, so, well, etc. In addition, unintentional sounds like ahs and ums and long pauses will also be noted. I will submit my report during the general evaluation. If you ask me my 2 cents, the advice for everyone who is speaking today, even I struggle with this problem using a lot of ahs and ums in my speeches. 2 advices I would say is, 1, use strategic pauses instead of using a filler word. So if you are thinking or if you are coming up with a next sentence, maybe you use a strategic pause instead of saying a filler word. And secondly, practice this in your daily speeches. Whenever you are speaking to or in your daily conversations also, this is something you need to incorporate. Now over to you, Madam Amelia, Toastmaster General Evaluator, Madam Amelia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zach. And yes, definitely a good piece of advice by you. Let us now call on our grammarian Toastmaster Shrishti on stage, who will share the word of the day and enlighten us with something new to learn. Over to you, Shrishti.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Hello, everyone. I'm grammarian for the day, and my role is to not only note down the grammatical errors and the bad usage of word, but also the good usage of the word and phrases. I will also note how many times you have used the word and the phrase of the day. So the word of the day, which is very well related to our theme, is Odyssey, which means a long, eventful, and adventurous journey. And the phrase of the day, be on one's seat, be the edge of one's seat, which means very much excited about something. I'll be noting down in the chat as well and the WhatsApp as well. Thank you so much. And I am on the edge of my seat for this meeting. Thank you so much. And over to you, General Evaluator, Amelia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shrishti. I would request you to post this in the chat so that everybody who's joining us can have a look at it for sure. And yes, we like to use that word for as much as possible. And now let us call somebody who will be the active listener for today, and that's Toastmaster Ghanapriya. Toastmaster Ghanapriya, as always, a very industrious and very sensible and always present. So over to you, Ghanapriya. Let's see what you have.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. This theme for today is something very close to my heart. Maybe not many people know, but I'm also quite an avid traveler. And the only thing that I miss most during this pandemic is traveling. And now that the borders are slowly opening up, I intend to make the most of it once my son has given his boards in May. So for today, I'm the active listener for the day. I will be listening very closely to everything that is said during the meeting and will ask questions in order to test our listening skills during the general evaluation. I will be awarding goodies to those who answer correctly. So everyone, including the guests, please listen with your heart and mind, and let's see who's the best listener amongst us. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghanapriya. And yes, well, this odyssey of this meeting is definitely going to be one lovely journey that we will go ahead and enjoy. And of course, let us now understand that solo traveling is something which is more of a mindful living. As a part of mindful living, as I look at it, yes, I haven't done that ever, but then yes, if ever I will do, it will be for my inner peace and the soul to be, reinvented probably. Let's look at it and let's hope for the best. And with that, I hand it over back to our Toastmaster of the day, Rohan.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Millia. And now I hope you all are ready. Stay on the edge of your seat, fasten your seatbelt, and let's go for a ride along the prepared speeches section of the meeting. We have two incredible speakers today, and I am very excited about the first speaker because he joined our club very recently and he has shown great enthusiasm in every meeting he participates, and both online and offline. And he is Toastmaster Nimit Milan. But before I introduce him on the stage, I'd like his evaluator, Toastmaster Siddhant, to please read out his speech objectives, and then we'll take it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohan. I'm the evaluator of Toastmaster Nimit Milan. He is giving his icebreaker speech, and it's been an honor for me to evaluate him for his first speech. It's his Level 1 Project 1 speech for his Path Innovative Planning. This foundational project is designed to introduce Toastmaster Nimit Milan to the club. So, Toastmaster Nimit, I warmly welcome you on the Toastmaster stage and all the very best to you. Timer, please note the timing for Toastmaster Nimit. It's between 5 to 7 minutes. Just a note to my target speaker that stay calm throughout the meeting and show your beautiful smile whenever required, as we are sitting on the edge of our seat. And believe me, you're gonna bang on it. Yes, timer. Yes,
Just one quick question: Is it 4 to 6 minutes or is it 5 to 7 minutes?
4 to 6. 4 to 6.
It's an icebreaker.
Yes.
4 to 6.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes, sorry, it's 4 to 6 minutes. Thank you, timer, for confirming it.
Thank you so much.
Over to TMOT.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Dan. Now let's welcome Toastmaster Nimit. Unexpected turns, Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohan. Am I audible and visible? As somebody once said, life is full of surprises, and being open to unexpected turns is an important part of life. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I will take you through the unexpected turns of my life. I was born and brought up in Ludhiana, and since I was a child, I was always passionate about playing cricket, like most of the kids in India. And I used to ask my parents, why do I even have to study? Thankfully, they were considerate enough to understand my concern for studies and my passion for cricket, and fully supported me to choose cricket as a career. My biggest achievement came when I represented Punjab in the National Cricket Championship for 2 consecutive years and 1 gold medal. However, God had some other plans for me. Immediately after, I suffered a shoulder injury and had to undergo a surgery. Post that, I never fully recovered to play again. So there ended my Odyssey cricketing journey. But as everyone says, playing sports is never a waste of time. So basically, the two most important things that I learned from my cricketing journey was, first, every day is a new beginning. Like every match is a new match. No matter how badly you lost the previous one, you have an equal chance to win the next one. And second, perseverance is the key to success. The likes of Virat Kohli, Roger Federer, Saina Nehwal, they were not born as players, but are a product of years and years of hard work. So, taking these learning forwards, I moved on to the next stage in my life. Everybody asked, what now? And the one thing that I always ran from came back in my life. That was studies, as I had no other option left. Post my 12th examinations, I decided to pursue chartered accountancy. You will ask, why CA? Because many of my classmates were pursuing CA. And suddenly people started asking questions and giving suggestions. Nimit, CA is for intelligent students. And you're not even average. But I knew I could do this. I believed in myself. And turned out I was right. In 2018, clearing all the levels in one go, I became a CA. And the two most important things that I learned from this journey was, first, don't let your past define your future. And the second, there is nothing more valuable than self-belief. But after CA, I was again in a dilemma. What to do next? Either to go for a job or to go for higher studies. And after analyzing various options, I decided to pursue civil services. Again, suggestions started pouring in and questions being raised. Nimit, civil services after CA? Such a bad career choice. You should either go for MBA or CFA. But again, I knew why I was doing this. I wanted to create an impact on the lives of people. And I thought this will provide me a best platform to do that. And 2 years down the line, I can proudly say that this was one of the best decisions of my life. Not because I have learned many things new, but because one of the key things that I learned in these previous 2 years. You know, many people say that you have some events in your life that are life-changing, that change your life. So I can say that this was a watershed event in my life that changed my perspective towards life. And one of the most important arts that I learned during this was how to remain happy. And how to remain happy by the art of meditation. I know you might have heard endless benefits of meditation, but I would like to sum it up in two major points. First one, it helps us to get a control over our mind and thoughts. And you will ask, why is that important? It is. Let me take you back to the time when we were a child. Remember, our parents used to have a tough time taking us out of the trampoline? And what my parents did, they stopped giving me the permission to get into the trampoline so that they don't have to take the headache to get me out of it. Likewise, the thoughts are like small kids that needs to be disciplined. And negative thoughts are like that naughty kids like me, which needs to be denied the permission to get into this trampoline. And meditation gives us the power to do that. What is the second point that I learned? Second thing I learned was the happiness that we look outside in the things and people. It is an internal state of mind. So, what are you waiting for? Practice meditation to choose happiness. And so, firstly, an unexpected injury, then decided to pursue civil services, and then deciding to pursue CA and then civil services. These all were unexpected events in my life. Have you ever thought of unexpected events in your life? Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nimit, for that wonderful journey you took us on. Before we proceed further, I'd like all of you to share your feedback for Toastmaster Nimit's piece. The link is in the chat window of Zoom. So thank you so much, Nimit, for highlighting meditation as well as your journey with in your life. And I would like to say that solo travel has no room for meditation because you never know what unexpected turn it comes up with. So thank you so much. I'd now like to call on the second speaker for today, Toastmaster Kamini. Uh, Toastmaster Kamini is delivering her level 2 project 1 speech, and I'd like to ask her evaluator, Toastmaster Aisha, to read out her speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohan. Today, Toastmaster Kamini is going to deliver her Level 2 Project 1 from Presentation Mastery with title Communication Styles. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify her primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of her style on others. Timer, please note the time, 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Kamini.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. Please help me welcome with a huge round of applause, Toastmaster Kamini, Communication Styles, Toastmaster Kamini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ron. Communicate on to the other person that which you want him or her to communicate on to you if your positions were reversed. A very good evening, everyone. I am Kamini Sen, and today I will help you understand about different types of communication styles. But before that, let's understand what's communication. Communication is an art, a process of interaction or exchange of information in form of words, signs, gestures, or symbols between individuals. And we have been using it since we were infants. Like we've first uttered our first word like ma, or giving a signal of hunger by crying, uh, or doing any other gestures. A good communication skills are prerequisites for professionals also in all walks of life. In office, it helps us to build relationships, personal and professional both, and improve working environment and also find the right solution to any problem. Now, coming to the types of communications. Mainly, there are four types of communication styles. First, directive, second, initiative, third, supportive, and fourth is analytical. Now, let's have a detailed view of each style. First one is directive. Directive communication style is also known as the controller, a demanding facts in a very straightforward and blunt fashion. People who communicate this type may tend to have the following characteristics. They are very motivated and dedicated to their task. They are very goal oriented and determined to meet deadlines and objectives. And they are a go-getter and jump to any project or any opportunities. Right. What do you do when you meet one? Like, a conversation with a controller should be short, sweet, and to the point. When dealing with these communication, be specific and avoid over explaining or repeating. Just focus on the solution. I know you all can imagine this person, right? This person can be a curious manager because whenever I used to talk to him, I used to give him to the point answers. Although he is all caught me many times playing game on my mobile, but still he used to help me with my project voice. Second is the initiative. Initiative, initiative communication styles, they are sociable, energetic, and persuasive. They communicate easily and fluently with others and have a spontaneous and fun-loving nature. For them, relationships are more important, and one can say they are always on their edge of one's seats. So, what are the characteristics of an initiative person? They are passionate, engaging person. They're easy to spot on, and they are easy to spot on as they are usually the social butterflies, and their verbal and non-communication styles are open and honest. What do you do when you meet one? When you meet one, you should always value how they are interacting with them, share stories with them, allow them to socialize at the beginning of the meeting, and see how friendly they can be. For example, in every group, there is one person who is super energetic, enthusiastic, bubbly type, and difficult for them to stop talking. In my group, there's always me. I'm sure you have your own in your group. Third is the supportive type. Supportive can be cool, calm, and collective in their relative accurate way. They are active listeners, just like we have one in our meeting, and they anticipate the needs of others. This personality type have following characteristics. They are easily likable by the ways of working and interacting with others. They have excellent interpersonal communication skills, and they are always open to talk. But what do you do when you meet one? A supportive communicators appreciate a calm and steady approach. Earn the trust by providing them with plenty of reassurance, seeking their options and ideas, encourage them to express their concern, and allow them time to make decisions. Example, your mom, your mentor, or your best friend from whom you can seek your guidance and can relate to easily. When I talk to my best friend, I could go on for hours and she could listen to my blabber without any pain. Next, we have fourth, that is analytical, and the last one. And analytical communicators are cautious, precise, and disciplined. They are deliberate and methodological problem solver and may be diplomatic in some interactions. They have perceived a perfectionist, organized, or astute. Each type can, can be have deep, thoughtful, or analytical. Usually, they are more serious than the communicators. They want to have all the facts of the world before making any decisions or pulling out any trigger on an end idea, which and their analytical mindset. They always look onto a bigger picture for any solution. What do you do when you meet one? With analytical communication style, you always state facts and facts. Present information to them in an organized manner and be prepared to ask the questions. Be patient while they think through and process new information. Example, you all must be knowing Amir Khan. He is said to be the Mr. Perfectionist of the Bollywood. So he wants his movie to be perfect in every way. He does all the research of the characters, backgrounds, everything in detail, and filled with facts and many takeaways. And he's always ready to give us a blockbuster every time. Now, I know you all must be confused with the communication style to choose for yourself, correct? Well, from what I'm learning in my MBA, whenever given a situation, never give a straight answer. Always says, it depends. Similarly, the usage of different types of communication style in your own life depends on the situation or the person you're talking to. Just like when in Rome, be a Roman. Hmm? So when talking to your juniors or your elders, be supportive while being in class, try to be initiative or analytical. Well, coming to me, I always use the combination of initiative and supportive type of communication. Like recently, I participated in a membership drive for a club, and I use initiative style when asking to members to take up roles, arrange for keynote speaker, what methodology to use, why, talking face to face to the potential future members, explaining them about the club mission, or how Toastmasters can help them improve. I use supportive style of communication. And one thing what's always in my mind is the communication is the key to everything. At last, I would like to end with a quote. To effectively communicate, we must realize we all are different in a way we perceive the world and use this understanding as a guide to your communication with others. Thank you.
What a wonderful, informative speech. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamini. I'd like all of you to give your feedback for Toastmaster Kamini's speech. The link is in the chat window below. We'll share your feedback with the speaker after the meeting. All right, I'd also like you to vote for the best speaker, the two incredible speakers. So please vote. You have 30 seconds to do so. If you can't see the screen, please send your vote to me in private chat. All right, moving forward. So before we proceed with the table topic section, I'd like to understand my audience a bit better and try to see what motivates them to travel, if so. So I'd like one of the guests, Sahil Makkar, can you please introduce yourself to the club? Where you're coming from and what brings you to Toastmasters? And if you have any favorite travel destination you'd like to share with us?
Yes, yes, sure, sure. Thank you for having me here, first of all, and thank for your, to maintain a proper conversation, which keeps me motivated to come there. So, first of all, I want to say that my name is Sahil Makkar. I'm a student of graduation in Delhi University. I'm pursuing my graduation in Bachelor's in Life Sciences, and as I'm interested in languages, so I'm learning French also. So, being my motive of being here is like to learn new things, because the communication is the odyssey that one can experience it here. So I am just to learn here, to explore the wonderful people here, like you all. So, and if you ask me about my destination, my preferred destination, so I want to travel at different places in the world. It means I really adore the countries like France, Vancouver in Canada, and all such places. And but if you say till now, the destination which I like the most, I will try to take it out from my bucket list, which I have already traveled, and it was the in Kashmir, Gulmarg. So
nice.
it was a lovely place. I have been there in Jan 2020. So it was very amazing place. I had my stay for 15 days there, and I learned ski. I did enjoy shikara ride, houseboats, and whatnot. It was a great experience for me. Views were really mesmerizing, and it was majestic views one can feel there in serenity of nature. So it was a great for me to be there. And with this only, I want to end my speech, and I just want to say that it's I think it's going to be great journey with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sahil, for sharing your perspective on travel and your journey here. So welcome to Toastmasters. Is this your first time here?
Yes, in this club.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah,
great.
although
Great.
I've taken 2 years back. Just
Oh
yes.
wow. Okay. Great. Do enjoy meeting and do share feedback after the meeting.
Sure.
I'd like to now hand over the stage to Toastmaster Madhuri, who will be conducting our table topic section.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohan, for that amazing opportunity. It's a pleasure being a table topic master in a combined meeting of TCS Noida 6 as well as Toastmasters of Delhi. Thank you so much for that. So, guys, are you ready to unleash the inner wanderlust in you and let us all travel together to your deepest, wonderful desires of life, right? So, all those who are excited to take part in the next table topic session, please give me a thumbs up either by the Zoom method or write your name in the chat box. There, I'm using the volunteer for the next topics. So now, meanwhile, you're making up your mind, let me tell you what is going to happen in today's section. So for table topic section, I'm going to invite a volunteer and I will be giving you a topic which you have to speak on the spot. And you don't have to speak much, just 1 to 2 minutes. That is all you have to do. And I think every one of us has it in us to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Timer will obviously be helping us in order to know when 1 minute has elapsed and when you're actually doing great by having the green card. So I could see some names here. Okay. So I have the name as Deepak Santoria. Can we have you on stage, Deepak? And by stage, I mean, can you switch on your video? Say a few words. Say hi.
Deepak, you're on mute.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes, Deepak, you're audible. So,
after
Deepak,
a very long time.
Yes.
After a very long time, I'm attending a meeting, almost around 6 months.
Okay. So we all know that COVID times have taken over all the travels. I couldn't hear you, Deepak. You were saying something.
Now, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible. Okay, so are you ready for your first topic?
Yes, sure.
So do you enjoy traveling as the theme goes?
Yes, I do enjoy traveling and mostly hilly places.
Hilly places, okay. So I have a perfect question for you. Now imagine that you have an opportunity to fly in a hot air balloon, okay, over any city in the world. Which city would you choose, and explain how the scenario would be?
I'll choose Switzerland.
Okay.
To travel to, as I have heard a lot about Switzerland, about its weather and the people. Like it comes under top 20 places where the people are living, where the happiness index is very high, if I am not wrong. So
okay.
I would like to be a part of that country where the people are happy and will try to learn from them what makes them live a very happy
But you're
life.
in a hot air balloon, Deepak.
Oh, sorry. I will try to feel the energy in the air of that particular place. Like I'll throw with the city and all the places there and try to feel the warmth in the air. How it feels being in a happy places. What the weather is like. I have always heard the weather is very cold in that area. So I would love to feel that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Deepak. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Nice try. Well tried. Okay. So next volunteers, please. Okay. So we have a volunteer with us. So it's Shahid sir. Hello, Shahid sir. How are you?
Hello, Toastmaster Madhuri. I'm good. How are you?
Amazing. So, Shahid sir, how long have you been married? Just a little chit chat.
Okay, 32 years so far, and still
Okay,
going.
so my question has nothing, my table topic has nothing to do with your tenure, just a question. So now imagine we are traveling 32 years in past, okay? And we have a time machine. So before 32 years, you are meeting your own self. Is there any advice that you would like to give your younger self at that point of time? Over to you, Shahid.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhuri. Good evening, my dear friends and Toastmasters. Right now, I am in front of my 27-year-old self, sitting in front of me, and I'm talking to him. Again, the preacher that I am, the teacher that I want to be, and the experiential learning I give to everyone is the same for my own self. My dear Shahid, remember 3 things in life. 1, do not follow emotions. Think from your brain rather than your heart. And things that you want will come to you faster. 2, do not follow a girl. They always take you down somewhere where you don't want to go. 3, beauty does not lie in the face. It lies in the heart. And the beauty that you have got right now for the last 32 years, keep it with you. That is the only thing that will cherish you and you will cherish. My odyssey as a married man started 33 years back. And it has been definitely an edge of the seat journey. The ups and downs that I have faced with my better half, sometimes becoming the bitter half, but always being the best one of my life. It has taken me to great experiences, and great things have been done together. And let me tell you, three great things in my life that we have done together are my daughter, my son, and my youngest son. And finally, my daughter has also done some great things. She has done two great things. These are called my Zohan and my Zainab. This is what my odyssey of life is, and this is what I want to tell my better self. Do not follow your heart, always follow your mind. Do not go headlong into anything that you find good, because it might not be as good for you. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Master.
Thank you so much, right, sir. Thank you so much. I hope every one of us could take such a similar walk down our memory lanes. Thank you so much for your amazing thoughts. Now, time for the next volunteer. So, for next volunteer, I want somebody who has a passion for traveling. I mean, we all have, but somebody who has gone either on a solo trip or on a trip with friends or on trip with families. So, do we have any volunteers for that?
Yes.
Okay, so I could hear. Is it Sahil? Could you
Yes,
say
ma'am.
yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so Sahil, have you had been on a solo trip recently?
Yes, ma'am.
Apart from Kashmir, like we heard your
Yes, ma'am.
Kashmir trip. Okay,
Yes.
good, good. Okay.
So,
So,
ma'am, yes, please.
so you have to let us know how traveling alone is different from traveling with your friends.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yes, sure.
Over to you,
So,
Sahil.
thank you. So, traveling is a great thing that one can do in life, and traveling alone is much more greater because it gives you your own identity. Means you will discover yourself, you will create yourself, you will create your aura, you will create more enthusiasm in yourself, you will create more willpower in yourself. For example, recently, means I am a cyclist. I do long cycle journey from 50 kilometers to 100 kilometers. 10 kilometers is my greatest cycle journey. So I did it 2 weeks back, and that was my longest solo trip on cycle. I covered all the major destinations of Delhi, from Akshardham to Qutub Minar to Lotus Temple, India Gate, and just take the name. So it was very amazing to travel alone, because at some times you feel low, but at that time also you have to motivate yourself. Yes, yes, you can do it. You have traveled so long. So it's give an immense pleasure with you can know more about yourself, or there are myriad number of self-talk. And if you are completing such a long journey, you have to do the positive self-talks with you. So this gives you an uh, a next level of power in yourself. You got to interact with myriad number of strangers in the positive way. You have to deal with myriad number of people who wants to set obstacles in your way. But if you are moving with a positivity, taking positivity with you, that you will generate when you will ride, or when you will ride solo, or when you are on a trip solo, then you will also give them a message of love and peace. So traveling is something like edge of my sea that I really enjoy. I enjoy the odyssey of traveling, and I think traveling and reading books are two things which can make you much stronger in your life, and will teach you that how to deal with different situations in life. And traveling solos proves that best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sahil, for that wonderful, passionate speech of yours regarding traveling. I was thinking it would be like parents say, don't even talk to strangers. And traveling solo allows us to travel the world with strangers. So that was a great, different, and a passionate insight. Thank you for all that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So next, I'll give you a hint what is there in the next topic. So we will be talking about a person who is even more passionate than Sahil. Okay. And the only difference between that guy and our passion is that that guy discovered America because he traveled so much. So I'm talking about Christopher Columbus. So our next topic would be something related to him. So who is going to volunteer for that next topic? Raise your hands, say it on chat. I'm listening. I could see our active listener raise their hand once. I'm forgetting her name.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Hello, Ghanapriya, right?
Right.
So would you like to take a role for that topic?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So there is a very famous quote given by this passionate guy, that is Christopher Columbus. And the quote goes by this. And what you have to do is you have to tell your thoughts regarding that specific quote. So the quote is, you can never cross an ocean until you have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. I'll repeat the quote once again. You can never cross an ocean until you have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. Am I clear, ma'am?
Right.
Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhuri. Traveling has been one of the things that I've missed most during the last, 1 year. And as per this quote, if I'm correct, it's somewhat like you should have the courage. It's somewhat like, I think I've heard a similar, somewhat similar quote, like a ship is not there to be there on the coast, but then it is made to be, to travel around the ocean or whatever, something like that. So I think everyone, if you want to be courageous, to be fearless, and if you want to grow, then you have to go out of your comfort zone. And then try to, only then you will have the courage to grow. When you think out of your comfort zone. And what else? Yeah, that's it. I can't think of anything else, sorry.
Thank you. No, yeah. that was great. That was great. And the quote that you were looking for, it is, a ship is safe in a harbor, but that is not what it is built for. So this is what you were for. Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ghanapriya, for that amazing attempt of yours for this topic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So, Tima, do we have time for more table topics?
Yes, we can do a couple of more.
Okay. So for the next topic of mine, I need somebody who moves to the edge of his seat by watching movies, who is a movie buff and traveling with movie combined. So do we have somebody like that who would like to volunteer for my next topic? It's going to be interesting. Give it a try. Anybody would like to nominate somebody else whom you think they would do justice towards that?
I nominate Geeta Kashyap ma'am for this topic.
Okay, I actually have one volunteer, Amelia. Amelia, I want to volunteer. Okay, so hello, Amelia.
Hi.
So Amelia, the next topic is, okay, you're a movie fan. So we all know that in sci-fi movies, we have seen very imaginary world. Let me give you an example, like Avatar movies or the Jumanji movies, right. Or you can even imagine the drowned world of Krishna, the Dwarka, right?
Okay.
So we have seen those movies. Now we have a vehicle with us, and that vehicle is capable of taking us to that imaginary world. So, what is that imaginary world where you would like to visit and why? Are you able to understand the question, Amelia, or shall I
Yes,
repeat?
yes, I do understand, and I have already my imaginations flowing in the air. Now, when I look at travel and these imaginary worlds, I know there's a world which is still imaginary for me because I haven't seen it yet. And that is a place in Sri Lanka. I'm right now forgetting the name, where Sita ji was logged by Ravan. And that is supposedly to be the most beautiful place, as we have seen some of the lushes and the greens in Avatar movie, or that kind of wonderful imaginary world which I believe exists. I've heard a lot from people about it, and if I do remember the name while I speak, I will definitely tell, or I'll post it in the chat. But that is the place where I want to go with either my imaginations or any kind of special vehicle which will take me over there and help me see that time, that moment when it really happened. Because we have been hearing stories that where Sita ji was locked up, or rather put up after Ravan took her, that is an amazing place, and it's like heaven on earth. So as we say Kashmir is heaven on earth, I wanted to see what is that heaven on earth in Sri Lanka. And when you were talking about this thing, I straight away went there, and I want to see that place in real. Now imaginations flying high, where I love to see it like a movie and travel to a time where Sita ji was locked up. So this is what my thought is right now when I heard this topic. So travel, time, and movies with all my imaginations. I want to go to that place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amita. Thank you so much. And along with you, I can guarantee that all of us took a trip to Sri Lanka in our imagination, wondering the Ashok Patika that you were reminiscing about. So, lovely thought projected by you. Thank you so much, Amita, for your speech over here. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, so the last topic is I'm going to again bring you back to the whole theme of today, that is the travel. And for that, how about we ask the team out for today? Rohan, as you have been to a couple of solo trips, so I think this question would fit you the best and a perfect person to mark the end of table topic section as well. So Rohan, are you ready?
All set.
Okay. Since you have been on multiple solo trips, so I would like to ask, name at least 5 things without which you cannot imagine your solo trip happening. No matter where you go, north to south, east to west, those 5 things has to be with you. So what all those things would be?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. I've never thought about that because my focus has always been on the destination and not on what I carry. But okay, I'll try to list as many as I can. I think the first thing that I cannot travel without is GPS device, Google Maps or something similar, because there have been times where I've gotten lost and strangers have come around to help me. So that has been a very interesting experience, getting lost in a city you don't know anything about. So I would always recommend carrying a GPS device with you. Second thing I would I would want to carry with me is I am an avid trekker, so I would always carry my trekking shoes wherever I'm going, because in every city there's always a trek nearby happening, or some hilly areas around, or hill station around that I go on treks on. So that is something that I always carry. Third is what to say. Third is I always I like to carry my I like to carry my DSLR camera. I am an avid photographer as well, so that is something that I cannot travel without. And there's nothing to tell my stories to people when I get back. So a camera is absolutely essential for me. Fourth is I would say, okay. Fourth, I think the last two items are, okay, I cannot think of anything. Sorry, that's fine.
Come on, it's okay. You can consider it like giving a tip. A Swiss knife.
It's saying a Swiss knife. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If I'm going in an unsafe area, I would like to carry a Swiss knife as recommended by Shahid sir. I'll keep that in mind. And lastly, I would like to carry, I like to carry a backpack with me. I think that is the most portable form of carrying all my belongings in a way. And I also avoid checking in luggage. So that is something I like to do. So back to you.
And there you thought that you couldn't list 5. Great job done by you, Rohan. And it's not just your 5 necessary items, it's a tip for all the travelers present here today that whenever you're going outside, make sure to have that GPS so that you can come back safely. You need to have that shoes to have your journey very easy and comfortable. And photography, the DSLR, of course. You need to bring those memory back in something that you can show it to the world. So that is a great insight. Thank you so much. And that was all from my side. And I hope you all had a great time. Thank you. Over to you, Rohan, once again.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhuri, and thank you for setting the topics around travel. That was really very well done and very innovative to go through. So I'd like all of you to vote for the best table topic speaker. The nomination should be on your screen. Okay, you have 30 seconds to do so before we proceed. All right, since everyone has voted, I'd like to now hand over the stage to the general evaluator of the meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Milia, to conduct the general evaluation section.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohan. And yes, I don't want to stop you from speaking, though I have to take over. The travel was going on well. This Odyssey is something that I'm enjoying again today. And yes, let's come back to the learnings. So as a part of the learning, we'll go by the CRC approach for the speakers to be evaluated by the evaluators. And let me go ahead and call on the first evaluator, that is Toastmaster Siddhant for Toastmaster Nimit's speech. So over to you, Siddhant.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hello, everyone. Here I am back with my report. I have done my evaluation with CRC approach, as General Evaluator already mentioned, for my target speaker, Toastmaster Nimit. Let's get through it. Commendation. Toastmaster Nimit, is it your first speech? I still have a question on it, as I don't think so. It was having interaction, gestures, some humor, and yes, lots of confidence. That's why I'm saying, is it really your icebreaker speech? Because you made it. First, passion for cricket. Sharing your personal thoughts is sometimes difficult for most of the speaker, as audience may or may not get indulged in that. But you have shared with 2 bases. First, by your motivational story. Second, by presenting in such a way that we all were living it with you. Literally, you have made a odyssey with it. Second, gestures. You have shown your hand expressions whenever required. And one point, that is, when you are playing a role of your friends or parents, it was quite impressive that you have changed your position, as we are able to know the difference. So keep it up for this. Coming to the recommendations, as I have mentioned, some humor was there. So adding more humor to your next speeches will work. And when you have mentioned 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, then you have only shown one finger, that is your thumbs up, for all 2 to 3 points. So you can work on it that. Second, sometimes your thoughts and your gestures were not matched. So a good work on it will do it well. That's all for the recommendation parts. Coming to the commendations again. Throughout your speech, you have taken all of us with you. When you are saying about your past, we could imagine that okay, that's about his past. And when you are saying about your present, we have enjoyed it in that way. So kudos to you for this speech. As the first icebreaker speech, you nailed it. So, all the very best for your upcoming speech. And I request every one of you to give my target speaker a huge round of applause as he made it and killed it very well. So, kudos to you and over to Toastmaster of the Day, Rohan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddhant. And that was a wonderful evaluation for Toastmaster Nimit. And let's all call on our next evaluator. She's somebody who is so experienced, calm, and serene. And I believe let's hear from her about Toastmaster Kamini's speech evaluation. Toastmaster Aisha, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia. Confused about your communication style? No, 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 no. I'm not confused. I'm very clear about my communication style. Communication style, my God, mind-blowing communication style. She started with great confidence, with objectives in her mind. Short to the points. So many communication style in 5 to 7 minutes. Contents were full of excitement, speech. And the best part, the speech, she gave the whole speech with a smiling face, which shows the great confidence and grip on the speech. Facial expression was super. And I think she is the master to express her feelings. If I'm talking about the clarity, spoken language was very clear and easily understood. Contents were full of excitement. If I'm talking about vocal variety was fantastic. The tone she used, her speech was marvelous. She used speed and volume as a tool in her speech. Volume was fantastic. When she said cool, and I felt cold. Eye contact, she used eye contact to convey her emotion effectively. If I'm talking about gestures, use physical gestures as a tool to enhance her speech. Even when she said cry, her hand was like that. Super. Her every physical gesture shows her confidence and her grip on her speech. Some suggestion for the improvement of your speech on next level. I missed your stage movement somehow. If you gave your speech in a standing position, the impact of your speech could be better. Sometimes I missed your eye contact with audience. That distract me many times. If you add these 2 points in your speech, your next speech, your speech could be better. Overall speech had everything: your smile, your clear vocal variety, your grip on your speech, your confidence, well-organized speech, clear message to the audience. Contents of his speech was very good. Style of the speaker was good. She seemed confident throughout her speech, and she has successfully fulfilled the objective of her speech. Looking forward for your next speech. Over to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aisha. And yes, I loved hearing every bit of it for the speaker and the evaluator. All right, let's move on to the table topics evaluation, which is, I believe, now my responsibility. And I want to go ahead and share a few details. First speaker was Toastmaster Deepak, and hearing him after long was quite a surprise, and loved hearing him. He took up the topic very well. However, there was a challenge because of lack of thoughts, which happens to naturally to all of us. Even I fumbled today. So I would say, Deepak, great job done. Good to see you back, and keep up doing this. You have a natural flaw or flavor of or flair of speaking. Pardon my word, flaw. I didn't mean that. All right. Next was our DTM Shahid. He took up the topic, and I could really, as if see a movie. I was sitting there and really listening to that conversation which he did to himself, to his younger self. And that was actually giving me goosebumps. And I love the kind of creativity used by the words and imaginations. I would say the speaker was fantabulous. Sahil, as our guest, attempted the topic on, I mean, first time in this meeting, I could really see an amazing, vivid imagery, a wonderful scene. And again, as if we were all there, literally traveling and living that moment with Sahil. Sahil, I would want to applaud you for doing such a great job. You have an amazing potential as a speaker or as a person who can express yourself. Keep doing that and try to bring in any wonderful, lovely stories of yours or your friends or relatives or any experiences. It will actually make it icing on the cake. And our next speaker was Toastmaster Ghanapriya. She took a wonderful take on her topic and she could share whatever was related with that particular topic. See, I'm not elaborating on the topics, but how the speaker spoke. So I believe that there can be more. And I was literally like focused. Oh, Ghanapriya, speak more. And I wanted to hear Ghanapriya more and more. So that is what I would like to say. Ghanapriya, you speak very well. Your rate of speech, your pauses, and everything was amazing. Next was Toastmaster Amelia. I don't know how she did. Maybe our Toastmaster Aisha, DTM Shahid, or Toastmaster Rohan can share their feedback with me. Toastmaster Rohan took the topic very well. And yes, there was a moment when he said, okay, I'm not getting that. But then that is the spirit of a speaker. That is the spirit of a Toastmaster. And then the Swiss knife came on the chat. And all those tips that were really coming from you, Rohan, as a in this topic were amazing, were really the basic ones. But yes, what we always forget, you brought it right on top of our mind. So thank you for doing that. And you were fantabulous. Now, moving on, let's call on our auxiliary role players. And our first role player would be, any guesses? Well, I am sitting on the edge and I want to hear her speak. And that's Toastmaster Shrishti, our grammarian for the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia. Hello, everyone. I'm back with my report. Needless to say that the odyssey of this meeting was extremely informative and full of learnings, where we got to know about the experiences of each other. There were many good phrases and words used by all the Toastmasters. Kudos to everyone. Let me highlight some of the good phrases. Bang on it by Toastmaster Siddhant. Considerate enough by first speaker Toastmaster Nimit. Every day is a new beginning. Sum it up again by first speaker Toastmaster Nimit. When in Rome, be Roman by our second speaker Toastmaster Kamini. Wherever given a situation, never give a straight answer. Always say it depends by Toastmaster Kamini. Don't go headlong in what you find good. It might be not that good for you by Toastmaster Shahid. Again, an amazing quote by our table topping master Madhuri. You can never cross an ocean until you have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. Think out of your comfort zone by Toastmaster Ghanapriya. Imaginations flowing in the air and imaginations flying high by Toastmaster Amelia. Nailed it, made it, and killed it by Evaluator Siddhant. Icing on the cake, again by General Evaluator Amelia. There was some good usage of words as well. Unleash by Toastmaster Madhuri. Avid by Toastmaster of the Day Rohan. Prerequisite by Toastmaster Kamini. There was some bad usage of words and phrases which I would like to highlight. For example, thoughts are like small kids that need to. Instead of needs to, it should be needs to. He want his, should be he wants his. is very higher should be is very high because there was no comparison. Very number of people should be large number of people. She seemed confidence should be she seemed confident. I'm pleased to highlight that so many people used word and phrase of the day. Word of the day was used twice by General Evaluator Amelia, once by Toastmaster of the Day Rohan, Toastmaster Sahil, and Toastmaster Siddhant. I'm extremely sorry if I missed somebody. Phrase of the day was used by Toastmaster of the Day Rohan Batra, Toastmaster Siddhant, Toastmaster Shahid Anwar. Again, apologies if I missed someone who has used phrase of the day. Thank you guys for saving the grace of the grammarian and for using word of the day and phrase of the day. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Shrishti. And I also used the phrase, and I was literally on the edge, looking forward for my name to be taken as well. Well, that's what we get from Toastmasters, right? All right. So moving on to our next auxiliary role player, that would be our counter for the day. So I would request Toastmaster Zach to share the report with us.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Amelia. This has been a great meeting. Kudos to all the role players and speakers. I really enjoyed and I was literally on the edge of my seat throughout the meeting. Now coming to my report, starting with the Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant of Arms did not use any R's or ums. There was one filler word. The President and the TMOD, Toastmaster Rohan Bansal, used 4 R's and 2 filler words, and that was the word and. Coming to the auxiliary role players, Timer Joe did not use any filler words or R's or ums. Toastmaster Srishti also did not use any. Kudos to you both. Toastmaster Ghanapriya, who was the active listener, used 1 R. Toastmaster Amelia Syed, who took up the role of table topic evaluator, general evaluator, and also a speaker, did not use any filler words. So that's a great achievement. Very well done. Coming to the speakers, Toastmaster Nimit used 1 R, 3 so's, and 2 ands as the filler words. Toastmaster Kamini used 1 R and 1 filler word, which was well. Coming to the table topic master, Toastmaster Madhuri, again, kudos to you, did not use any filler words or R's and ums. Great job done. Then general evaluator I've already covered. It was Toastmaster Amelia. Coming to the speech evaluators, Toastmaster Siddhant used 2 R's and 1 so. Toastmaster Aisha did not use any either. Congrats to you. The table topic speakers, starting with Toastmaster Deepak, used 3 R's, 1 long pause, 2 so's, and 1 like. Toastmaster Shahid used 1 filler word, which was and. Toastmaster Sahil used 1 R, 3 so's. Toastmaster Ghanapriya used 1 R, 1 long pause. Toastmaster Amelia again did not use any. And Toastmaster Rohan during his table topic used 3 R's and 1 long pause and 2 so's. That's about it. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zach. And that was the I used. All right. I wanted to use an because that also makes us feel a little happy. Okay. Just trying to enjoy the travel, the solo journey today, and the odyssey of all travelers that I heard. Now, getting on to my evaluation. Okay, let's call on somebody who's more special and the most special one, most awaited one in every meeting. And do you know who's that? No?
Active listener.
Active listener, yes. So I would request our active listener to take the stage and ask us questions. Leave us in awe. Over to you, Toastmaster Ghanapriya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia, and kudos to all the speakers. I really enjoyed, listening to you all, and everyone did a wonderful job, except for me, I think. Anyway, coming to the active listening role, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I hope you all are prepared to answer them. And remember, you're going to get some goodies for answering correctly. I will start off with from the beginning. So Toastmaster Rohan, he began his speech for today with a sentence. Can any one of you remember what was it? What was the first line that he spoke today? It's about traveling, of course, and it's about imagination. Anyone can raise, not Ron, if anyone can raise.
No idea.
Okay, so he asked us, he started his speech with, imagine you are in a strange country all by yourself. Right? So from that time, I was imagining myself to be in another country. So anyway, that was it. Now let's make it a little easier. I hope you will get this. Toastmaster Rohan wanted to go to another city, but then he landed in another city, which was a few hours away from the city that he wanted to go. So how many hours travel was it? Okay, Toastmaster Kamini, you are muted, I think.
Hours.
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah. Now
am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
6 hours.
Right, yeah, great. Please give her a big round of applause. Awesome. Now the next question would be from Toastmaster Nimit Malhan. He was born and brought up in which city? Anyone? He was born, yes, Toastmaster Aisha?
Ludhiana.
Awesome, correct, yes, Ludhiana. And another one from Toastmaster Nimit. He had some, he ended his sports journey because of some injury on some part of his body. So which part of his body was injured that he had to stop playing cricket?
I know that, Ghanapriya.
Okay, yeah. So who, no, Toastmaster Aisha has already answered. And another one, Toastmaster Amelia?
Yes.
That was Madhuri.
Madhuri, yeah, Madhuri.
Okay.
I'll say shoulder injury. I'll go for
Right,
shoulder
right.
injury.
Right. Correct. Now the next one is Toastmaster Nimit also learned 2 lessons from having played sports. So can any one of you say one of the lessons that he learned from being a sports person? Yes, Toastmaster Aisha?
Self-believing
Or
or self-confidence, something. Self-believing or self-confidence.
2 lessons he learned, that was later, that those lessons came later, but from being a sports person, he learned 2 lessons. No one? Okay, so
Yes.
Sorry, Sahil?
Yes, it's like believing in yourself.
That came later, I think. So he learned every day is a new beginning, and then perseverance is the key to success. Am I right, Nimit? Right.
Yes, right.
Okay, thank you. So why did he pursue civil services? Why did he want to pursue civil services in the first, not civil services. What was the main reason for pursuing civil services?
He wanted to help people.
Right, he wanted to make an impact. He wanted to make an impact on the lives of people. So that's great. Do we have timer? Do we still have time? Or shall I go for 1 or 2 more?
You can take 1 or 2 more and then we can close it.
Okay. Toastmaster Kamini mentioned one Bollywood actor who's a perfectionist.
I
Okay,
want to
Toastmaster
answer this.
Rohan.
I want to answer this.
Amir Khan.
Toastmaster.
Amir Khan.
Right. Right. All right. Yeah, that's correct. And the last one, I'll just ask this one. This is going to be the last one. So Toastmaster Shahid sir has been married for how many years?
32.
Right. That's it from me. Thank you so much. Correct. Yeah, Toastmaster Amelia. So yeah, that's it. Well done, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghanapriya. And people must be wondering why the general evaluator is answering and everything. But then,
Goodies, please. Goodies, please.
I'm also a Toastmaster.
Goodies, I'm going to courier them to you, to all the people who gave the correct answers.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now, last but not the least, after enjoying lovely set of questions and splitting into laughters, we have our timer for the day to share the report. So timer, over to you, Toastmaster Joe.
Thank you, General Evaluator. My report is ready. Just give me a minute. I'll just share the screen.
Sure.
Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had two prepared speakers, Nimit and Kamini. Nimit has qualified, but Kamini took extra time. She took 8 minutes. The maximum limit was 7.5 minutes. So she has not qualified for the voting. And all the table topic speakers have qualified for the voting. They are less than 2.5 minutes. And the two evaluators have also qualified for the meeting, for the voting. They took less than 3.5 minutes. So this is my report. Or do you want me to read the each line item? General Evaluator?
I guess this is clear. The report is clear enough. And
okay.
Did you note any timing used by the general evaluator and the Toastmaster of the day as well?
No, I haven't. It's only for the speakers.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So now is the time for me to present my report, and I am actually a very happy general evaluator today. I'm traveling with ease. Yes, Toastmaster Rohan, I know that is a time for voting.
Yes.
Yes, I remember while you waved. Thank you. So we have voting now in place, and Toastmaster Rohan is going to share the polls over for the best evaluator and auxiliary role players as well. Please vote. Are we doing the vote for the best auxiliary role players as well now?
Yes, okay. After this, yes.
Okay.
Those who are unable to vote can please message me in PM.
All right.
Okay, moving on to best auxiliary role player. Okay, Madam General Evaluator, you can proceed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the heads up. All right. So now it's the time for me to present my report. First of all, the decorum was maintained throughout. So as a parliamentarian, I have nothing to share. You guys were on dot, bingo, and kudos to everyone for being so professional and uptight in this meeting. The meeting started very well on time, 3 p.m. as scheduled. And yes, Sergeant at Arms, both the Sergeant at Arms did a great job. The energy levels were kicked up really high in the sky by both of them. And yes, a big applause for both the Sergeant at Arms. Next came our presiding officer and Toastmaster Kamini very well greeted all the guests, everyone in the meeting, and welcomed them with a wonderful smile. So yes, with the lovely thoughts, our presiding officers, Toastmaster Rohan and Toastmaster Kamini, took over the stage. So great job done. Now let me move on to the role players, and our first role player, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rohan. This theme was quite an intriguing theme since yesterday evening. And yes, all kudos and my bow down to you for bringing this wonderful theme and taking us to memory lanes and where all and where not. So great theme. It kicked us high in the sky and we were all pepped up. Our table topic master of the day was in sync with this theme and literally took us on an imaginative, creative, and a very innovative journey in terms of travel. And yes, that definitely added a lot of value, fun to this meeting altogether. Next comes our evaluators, and I'd like to speak about them. So two speeches, and I will not evaluate the speakers because I'm not supposed to do that. The evaluators did a great job. So evaluator first, Siddhant, was did present a wonderful report, a very comprehensive, a precise detail to everything that he noted down as an evaluator. It was so crystal clear that I could see through and throughout as to how the speaker has fared in the speech. So great job done, Toastmaster Siddhant, and wonderfully summed up as well. Second evaluator, Toastmaster Aisha. Oh, what a great opening. Oh, what a great enthusiasm. I don't know from where you get it. I want to eat that food that you eat. So please tell me later on, what do you eat to get that energy levels? A great presentation as an evaluator. You really made us go ahead and enjoy the speech once again. That is my compliment to you. And then this is how I could hear all the commendations and the recommendations coming up in such a positive manner from you as an evaluator. Amazing job done, Toastmaster Aisha, and big applause for you too. I don't know how the table topic evaluator did, so we can talk about that later. Anyways, moving on to the auxiliary role players, our timer was such precise, meticulous, and gave a wonderful presentation of the timing. Everything was put in with color coordination and such right way of presentation. Everybody could see through it. Great job done to our timer, Toastmaster Joe. A big applause to you as well. Our R counter, he did not leave anyone for anything. Even the R's, the ums, the fillers. Now that's called as a Toastmaster, always in action. He said he's back after 6 months, but it didn't seem so. Great report presented by Toastmaster Zach, and I really love the preciseness of it. Our grammarian, oh my God, each and every word was recorded. Each and every good and bad usage was recorded and presented with such humbleness, such humility, and with a smile on the face that even if she would have said, "Oh, you didn't use that," I would have accepted it. So, yes, a great presentation by a grammarian. And I love the way she picked up the good phrases with the names and definitely applauded them. So, great job done here, Toastmaster Shrishti. And I have actually no much to say about our active listener, Toastmaster Ghanapriya, and all ever smiling face and bringing us and throwing questions at her like darts. They were hitting us here and there, behind and side of the ears. But then, yes, we could answer her. And she literally took us on a ride for a few questions where we were like, oh my God, why didn't I hear the speech properly? All right. So great job done, all the auxiliary role players. I want to comment each and everybody present here who made this meeting a success. This was a travel from Delhi to Noida or Noida to Delhi or meeting somewhere in between. But this odyssey has been beautiful. This is what I have to say as a general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Amelia. In my final words, yesterday I asked on our groups what motivates people to travel solo and what's been their favorite destination and why. Every single person who responded told me about some journey, but every single member who responded said that it was the people they met during the time there that made the difference for them, and that was the most memorable experience for me. It's not the place, but the people they meet over at the place. So that is what I want to conclude with: is travel you not just experience exotic destinations, but you also experience people from diverse communities, and that makes you appreciate the diversity that's there in the world, that makes you appreciate all the different kinds of thoughts, perspectives, opinions that exist in the world. And you get to thrive in it. So thank you everyone for this wonderful trip that we had today for the past 1.5 hours with TCS, Noida 6 and Toastmasters of Delhi. And I would now like to hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Kamini.
We have to do the voting for
yes.
the role players, and if anything, I'm not sure. There's something missing.
Yes, we are left with the voting. We have done voting for all.
Speakers
right?
done.
Okay.
Table topic.
Role player left.
Yeah.
All right, what an interesting vote we had.
Okay, till then people are voting. We are open for any feedback.
Yeah, we'll take guest feedback. I think Sahil and Madhuri, Sahil is here. So Sahil, if you could give us your feedback on the meeting, what did you think?
Yes, so it was very great to be here. As I earlier also told it, means there are people from different field, different realm, and of different age group. But all of them are interacting in very friendly and very active way. So it's very great to be here, and I have learned a lot. Means learned different phrases. Once I have just noted, kicked us high in the sky. This phrase I have also kicked me up high in the sky. So it was a great odyssey today to be here, and yes, it was a great experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Sahil.
Thank you so much.
We are glad that you learned something from it and you enjoyed the meeting.
Yeah.
So we have few people who spoke very less during the meeting. Like we have Deepak, even Zach. He played the role, but he was like very quiet. Zach, can we have you on video? Deepak.
Yes.
So could you please
Deepak,
share
good to
your
see you
experience?
Deepak, good to see you after
Thanks,
such a long time. Yeah.
Thanks, Rohan.
Any feedback for
So I
us,
think
Deepak?
it's always great. It's always good to be a part of Toastmaster, but unfortunately, I leave in middle of tenure. So this time I'm committing myself to continue with the Toastmaster and learn with all you beautiful people.
Thank you, Deepak. You really made all of our days today. It's really lovely to hear that. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You will always be welcome to Toastmasters anytime you come. Due to any gap or anything, you're always welcome. So
thanks, Kamini. Thanks for your wonderful words.
Thank you. Do we have the results ready?
Yes, I have the results ready. Give me 1 second.
So today I enjoyed the meeting a lot because we had a joint meeting and we had a different experience. Mostly in our meeting, we don't have an active listener, but I've seen in many meetings. So I really enjoyed how actually Ghanapriya focused on each and every member and she listened and she was asking. That was actually exciting for us, and we were enjoying that, answering to her, and it was a race that who will answer. That was really nice. So our results are ready. So
yes, okay. Please guess for the best auxiliary role player. Any guesses? If there were 4 auxiliary role players, guys, name your guess.
Timer.
Okay.
And Gramanian. Tie.
Okay. Any more guesses? Any more guesses?
Even active listener was great.
Okay, so best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Srishti. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, everyone.
All right, next we have the best evaluators. Any guesses? 3 evaluators, great evaluators today.
My evaluator, Toastmaster Aisha.
Kamini, you are absolutely right. It's Toastmaster Aisha. Congratulations. Okay, best table topic speaker for those who didn't see the certificate before this. Who's the best table topic speaker? Any guesses?
Toastmaster Shahid.
Yes, absolutely. Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Shahid, congratulations. Now we have the best role player. I'm not going to ask you to guess because we have set a record today. In the 2.5 years I've been a Toastmaster, I have never seen this result. In the best role player, it's all three have gotten equal votes.
Wow,
So
even I haven't seen.
Congratulations, everyone. Finally, we have the best speaker. Two incredible speakers, guys. Come on. Who's your pick? Is the meditator in our family, Toastmaster Nimit. Congratulations, Nimit. All right. So we'll distribute the certificates after the meeting. I'll send them over on the group and we can share. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. So we can now stay for some chit chat after the meeting. I'll just stop the live share.
I think we have a new guest with Toastmaster Srishti. He or she was speaking. Right, Toastmaster Srishti? We have someone with you?
No.
No?